Hello, hello, hello. We've got a beer, we've got a beer. Hello, YouTube. Yeah. We've got a beer. Beer. The wonderful drink. The more you drink, the more you vomit. Hello. I'm not chilling. I just wanted to do a quick video. I haven't done a video in a little while. In a couple of weeks, actually, because I had a bit of a crazy couple of weeks. My granddad passed away, so I've been spending a lot of time with my family. And I've also taken up DJing. So I've been having a lot of requests to put on different nights and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've just been a little bit busy, I guess, in a lot of different ways. But I still want to make videos. I'll be more regular in the future, hopefully. Just like my bowel movements. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put out stuff at least once a week or something like that. Hopefully I'll put out a video. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick video tonight. Good stuff. Oh shit, I'm getting it everywhere. Wanted to do a quick video about labels. I've been thinking about labels quite a lot recently, and I think that to make this a quicker thing. Basically, in my opinion, I think labels are kind of bad. I think they're kind of damaging in a lot of respects, and this goes on a few different levels. So I believe in this when it comes to political labels. So the left and the right, centrists, all the rest, liberal, conservative, whatever. I think to adhere to like one particular ideology is not a good thing. I think it closes you off from like different solutions to problems. And I think actually the Scandinavian countries are a good example of being open-minded to different things, because a lot of people like to call the Scandinavian countries an example of how good socialism is, but they're actually capitalistic countries that have socialist elements to them, like socialist programs like welfare and things like that. But they actually have very pro-capitalistic other policies as well, like tax breaks for the rich and corporations. And I can't remember everything off the top of my head, but they have other things that are like very right-wing sounding, essentially. What a lot of people I know who are left-leaning would be very against. And those countries are obviously very successful in a lot of ways. Now, I don't know if we can really copy and paste their way of doing things onto countries like America and the UK and other European countries, but generally speaking, I think they've got the right idea in that they're looking at different schools of thought and then applying the best of those schools of thought to get the best results that they can. And I think that's a really important thing to do, and I feel that we've been caught, especially in the UK and the US, and maybe France and some other places as well, but we've been caught in this two-party system where we're always caught between two ideological principles rather than looking at a way in how these can be combined and we can get something better out of it. I mean, and that, I don't even want that to be like a thought of as a centrist view either, because I'm not talking about compromise. I'm talking about the best of each one. So like a centrist would maybe compromise and find a middle ground between the two, whereas I would say, no, take the best idea from this one, the best idea from this one, and for whatever thing it is, and go with that. So in a way, it's actually slightly more extreme in that respect. But I think this extends past like political spectrums as well. I think that it bleeds off into other things as well, like say LGBTQ times 9,000, whatever the fuck it is now, A B C D E F G, whatever the fuck, I don't know anymore. It blends into like all this other stuff, the gender thing. You know, I just think there's too much of this stuff where people are essentially, they're defining themselves with these arbitrary definitions that are just created by other people. Like, they're there to help describe things, but human beings are so much more complex than, I don't know, the term non-binary. I think your personality and the person that you are is so much more complex than that. And also, if you start going around like making your whole personality and your whole lifestyle and everything based around this idea that you're non-binary or that you're gay or whatever, like I've seen people who basically their whole life is just talking about being gay and shit. And I just feel like, you know, there's so much more to you as a person. Why are you making just your gayness the thing that is the thing that you broadcast? You know, and it's the same with straight people. I see it with straight people too. You know, there's people out there, I think this as well, like, you know, women who are like, oh, I'm just a girly girl and I only like girl things, or I'm a manly man and I only used to like man things, like fixing cars and stuff like that. Like, all of that is bad. And, like, they're all, in my opinion, the kind of, like, the same thing. Like, it's the same kind of mindset of where you're creating a situation where you're not giving yourself any room to develop and grow as a person. It's like you're boxing yourself off and you can never, like, you can never change or alter or grow. And I think that it actually feeds into a lot of mental health problems for people, because they may notice that they're changing, or maybe they don't feel this particular way anymore, or maybe they do question their sexuality, or maybe whatever it is, or they question their political alignments or whatever it is, and then they have a bit of a breakdown because they feel like they've put themselves in a box and they can't actually quite escape it because everybody else expects them to be a certain way or act a certain way or say things in a certain way or whatever it is. And I do understand that like some of these labels can be convenient when you're like describing certain things. Like, it might be more convenient for me to say, oh, I fall more on the liberal spectrum. But I think there should be a general understanding that these labels are just for descriptive purposes and are not defining of your personality or who you are. And I think that, like, there needs to be more advocacy for that, because I find that there's a big culture at the moment of people losing themselves in this kind of thing, and I find it really disappointing, and I don't think it's healthy. I think it's also bad just for like interpersonal relationships, because say like for instance for myself, like I was I mean, just for the sake of the argument, I mean, I was a big lefty for a long time, and then I decided that I don't really like these labels anymore, and that I want to be more open to all different kinds of ideas and whatever, and I don't really want to be pinned down to a certain thing. As soon as I started doing that and questioning things, questioning Trump hysteria or whatever it is, as soon as I started questioning these things, I was starting to be alienated by people. I've even had people, you know, I've been questioning Islam and stuff like that. I've really had people, you know, phoning me up, friends of mine phoning me up, being like, oh, I'm thinking you might be in a bad place, you know, where people high up in media and stuff like that are like, you could be manipulating you and stuff like that, and you could easily fall into the trappings of becoming a racist, or become a sexist, or you could become this, or you could become that. And it's like, one, I find that very highly insulting, because they should know me as a person. You know, these are people that are close to me. And two, I feel like it's like they're thinking of me in like some kind of caricature way. And again, we're just more complex than that as people, and I want to afford people that grace of knowing that and understanding that. So that I want to be able to afford that for people, and I want them to afford that to me. It's hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard sometimes to do it. You know, I think the human brain has a thing where we like to compartmentalize everything so we can make sense of it and stuff. And obviously, we can all fall guilty to that or whatever, in whatever way it is, whether we stereotype or generalize or whatever it is we do. But I think, generally speaking, I think we need to try our best to always remember that we don't that shouldn't be the concrete thing. That shouldn't be the foundation to how we perceive the world, whatever, with these generalizations or whatever, you know. And we shouldn't jump down people's throats for having a change of heart or questioning things or whatever. I think it's better and more productive for us to be more, just be more accepting of each other, even if we find different views a bit abhorrent. You know, like the alt-right and things like that. I think, you know, they should be debated and shown to be the fools that they are. I mean, I don't think I've seen any meaningful debate between, say, I don't know, someone like Richard Spencer and Sargon of Akkad. That would be interesting, in my opinion. That would be kind of interesting. Or maybe not Sargon of Akkad, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like an appropriate... Maybe Kraut from Kraut and Tea. Maybe I don't know. I can't think of an appropriate person to debate Richard Spencer on these issues. Maybe Sam Harris. I don't know. But it would be. But what I'm getting at is, I haven't seen anyone really like challenge them other than like through flame wars in like comment sections and stuff like that. Just like, you're a racist nasty. Well, you're a fucking snowflake. And it's like, it just gets so tedious after a while. And I'd actually like, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, especially on the left, who will be like, well, you can't change a Nazi's mind because a Nazi's always going to be a Nazi, no matter what. And it's just, and basically they just believe that we should just basically wipe them off the face of the planet, basically. Never platform them, never do anything. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, if they start causing violence, if groups like the alt-right suddenly gain some major following and started an uprising, a violent uprising, and were trying to, like, put black and Hispanic people, or whatever their beef is with different people, and put them into death camps and stuff, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably join the army to fucking fight these people. But I just don't think that's very likely in a lot of... I think we need to give more respect to how far we've come as a society. I mean, obviously elements of all this stuff exist in some respects, and I think one of the reasons that it's growing is because we're not debating these people, and we're not allowing the discourse to flow freely. I mean, like, there used to be a thing... I watch a lot of old debates in Oxford and stuff like that. I watch a lot of old speakers, and there used to be... Although it was a slightly less PC time, there was a thing, especially among academics and stuff like that, and big thinkers of the time, that the kind of nothing was off limits in terms of what you could comment on. And, you know, yeah, sometimes it might be controversial, but everyone could hash out an idea, and it wasn't necessarily taboo to do it. I mean, well, I don't know. I guess some people would find it taboo, but in academia, they didn't find it taboo. It was more like, let's try and talk about it. And, I mean, I remember seeing a debate with James Baldwin and some other fella, I can't remember his name, a white fella, about, I think it was something to do with, like, discrimination. I can't remember exactly what it was. There's an Oxford debate. It's on YouTube. You'll be able to find it. But I remember thinking that the topic of it was fairly shocking, and it probably wouldn't happen today, a debate like that. James Baldwin easily won that debate as well, by the way. If you don't know who James Baldwin is, look him up. He's an interesting person. But yeah, it's just... yeah, to me... Sorry, I've ranted a bit now, and I've kind of gone off the topic a little bit, and I need more beer. I just think it's counterproductive. I think we're allowing these fringe elements of bad thought to flourish because we're not willing to talk to them. And the only reason that I would say never to talk to them and to start punching Nazis is if they start punching. But at the moment, I feel like we're giving them reasons to punch because we're punching... Well, people are punching them, basically. And, you know, that's kind of what happened with the Nazis in Germany, right? I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on my history here, but I think what happened was the Bolsheviks started attacking Nazi party members, and then people got mad and the Nazi. It kind of propelled helped propel the Nazis into power. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something to learn there. I don't know. Again, I might be wrong on that one. I may have to research that. I just kind of just said that off the cuff. So again, if I'm wrong, get me in the comments. Hit me up with some links. Show me how I'm wrong. I could definitely be wrong on that one, but I'm fairly certain that is kind of what happened. So yeah, you know, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. This has gone on for 15 minutes now. I didn't want it to be quite this long, but. So yeah, I'm not chilling with labels, really. I understand that their value as descriptive words, but honestly, I think we really need to take a step back and stop trying to let them define us as people and define our realities, because I just think it's really counterproductive. And that goes for everything, so. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I'm not chilling. Give me a bloody like, comment, give me a subscribe. The button's there, right? I don't know. I don't know where anything is right now. I'm not actually drunk. I'm just always like this. But yeah, hit me up. Like my videos. Whatever. I don't know how to end these videos. I'll work on this. I'll work on it. Goodbye.